Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at Five Below. I'm really happy to say that they saved my Halloween centerpieces this year, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that as we do some shopping and at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Before we go on in, I did want to say a special thank you to all the patrons who help support the channel. If you are interested in joining our Fright Club, you can check out the link to my Patreon page in the description below. With that said, let's go ahead and head on in. Now, if you're not familiar with Five Below, you're probably on the older side like I am, or maybe a guy. Don't think we are the general demographic for this store, but they do have some cool stuff. As soon as we walk in, we're greeted with this wheelbarrow full of skeleton parts. I like that you can buy things like ribs and whatnot, and they're only a couple of bucks. Now, the shelving didn't look like it was completely filled out, but I thought I was pretty late getting here this year. And I was a little surprised that there wasn't more merchandise for us to look at, but there was a tiny bit of fall mixed in with the Halloween decor, but there was still a good amount of Halloween for us to take a look at. But first we have to get through the autumn leaves and pumpkin please signs. They do have quite a bit of this sort of tin and metal decor around. I'm not complaining. I like that little pumpkin patch, I don't know what you call it, bucket thing. You could bob for some apples in there. I was a little excited. They have some cheap doormats, $5, not a bad price, but it doesn't look like there's much on there. But let's go ahead and look at the Halloween stuff. Of course, this sort of lawn fencing, that looks almost exactly like we'd see at the Dollar Tree. But I'm really impressed with these stacked skulls here. Again, it's kind of metal, kind of cheap, but I love that sort of dripping, droopy effect. It's spooky and fun and designy all at once. Up above here, we've got some hanging decor. It looks like they've gotten all in on these pumpkins and whatever that other thing is, a ghoul, but for $5, can't really complain. $3 will get you a iridescent skull. Again, we've seen that at the Dollar Tree Plus this year. In fact, I bought a couple of them myself. I think it was about the same price. That little LED wire kit is kind of neat. It looks like you can put it around the perimeter of your body and look like you're a walking light-up silhouette, I guess. Tum actually went as that one Halloween, and it was a pretty neat costume, but it has to be really dark for you to get that full effect. I like this chalkboard. It's much thicker than the ones that we used to see at the Dollar Tree. I just wish it had some sort of stand for it. It also didn't look like it had the chalk. Oh well. Looking at this sign, it looks like they had some $2 chic up your haunt stuff, including some wreaths and maybe some dripping candles. That's unfortunate. I didn't see any of that here today. A strobe light that didn't strobe. That's interesting. Always love those little LED lights, but this little tree in a pot there, that's perfect for my Halloween decor. I'm going to show you that at the end of the video. Compare it to the one that I got off Amazon for $17 something, and it did light up, but oh my gosh, it's awful. I just can't wait to show you. Before we get there though, let's finish looking around this store. We've got some dog costumes. Looks like they start at $4. You know, I'm not too familiar with Five Below. I really only come in here for the Halloween merchandise once a year, but I always kind of assumed everything was $5 or less, but maybe it's, I don't know, all over the place, and it's just called Five Below still. I'm just assuming. I don't know what the prices were on those. I didn't look too closely, but these masks are up to $5. That's the price point I'm looking for at a Five Below store. All right, they do have some clothing options. We'll get there in a second. I guess there's some wings here first. Some headbands and eye things, and I don't know, those weird costume accessories that aren't real costumes. But they do have some interesting patterned, I don't know what these are. Are these just like pajamas? Not sure you would really wear that outside. But I absolutely love this stuff here. Stickers and whatnot at the top, but these posters are amazing. I love that Frankenstein poster, and I'm not a huge fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, but look at that display there. Same on the poster. It was an amazing bit of artwork, and I'm tempted to buy it. Bring a little bit of youth and excitement to my Halloween display. All right, speaking of my Halloween display, I do have a fortune teller theme in my living room. Some of this merchandise would have been great. I really love these candles we're about to look at. First, of course, they've got spell books and whatnot. That'll add some realism to the display. But I thought those candles that were sort of themed to the, I guess, the witchy sort of theme would have worked perfectly, but I just don't have any more room. All right, moving on. We've got some, I don't know what these are. are these just little hanging skulls with some creepy cloth on them? I actually did that years and years ago on my own, so you could do that for $2. Not sure how much they're charging. More of these sort of hanging displays. That doll was super creepy. If you take some of that fake blood, throw it all over there, it'll be really creepy. Back to the fall, we've got a couple of candles here. Didn't get a chance to smell them. I didn't want to draw too much attention to myself in the store. Seemed like there weren't a whole lot of people around. And you know how that makes me nervous when I feel like I'm being watched by the cashiers. All right, we've got some jewelry here as well. $4 to $5 jewelry. Not exactly sure why they think the jumbo eyeballs would go with that, but here they are. All right, scary cool tees and beanies. Now, $5 is the price point I can totally get behind. That's how much they used to charge at Walmart for the t-shirts. You'll notice I wear them all the time in my videos. And I always thought that was a fantastic deal. But they've gone up in price over the last couple of years. They're now $7, $8. So like you can still get these for $5. I don't think they really have my size though. All right, cosplay. Some interesting things again. The older me doesn't know what half of this stuff is actually referring to. Do love that wig though. Got some interesting Halloween cards as well. Let's take a quick peek at some just because I like looking at the artwork here, especially these old haunted houses. Remember when I was a kid I could just like examine every little bit of that haunted house. We got pumpkins, and let's see, what is sneaking a peek here from the darkness? It's a little cat. I think we actually have seen that one before. And now to round out the Halloween display here at Five Below, some candy. Of course, we've got the usual stuff, but then look at that gummy mummy. Can't decide if that is cool or just kind of grosses me out. Like, the older I get, I can't even think of stomaching that. All right, back at home, here we go. This is that tree. It's supposed to look like a willow tree. It does light up. I didn't even bother putting in batteries to it. You have to hang the bats themselves. They don't light up. It's just a big stringy mess. I cannot believe how awful that looks. Actually kind of looks better at the video than it does in person. Here is the one from Five Below. I got 6 of these. They've got a nice weighted base to them, so they're not going to fly around in my outdoor display. Can hang some of these bats off of it, add a little bit of string lighting from the Dollar Tree. And there we have a much cheaper version for my centerpieces that we talked about in my last haul video, so check that out if you haven't done so yet. We also have plenty of Halloween videos, DIYs, product reviews, store walkthroughs, and more. So make sure you're subscribed. Till next time, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and happy haunting.